Great meetings in history. Danger. Don't fall in love. Emma Goldman, meet Carol Mirakove. Though it's easy to imagine this here as our here, red in the ink of carnival is Miriam Makeba, meet Philip Marinovich. Blue, the day after daily life returns, false returns once more. Joe Hill, meet Mark Nowak. Communist in a sense of a care for the commons. Oscar Grant, meet Kaya Sand. We know what we do not want. We want awakening. I, Weiwei, meet David Book. What a basic message. Want a we, want it back. Want Lema Bowie, meet Ann Boyer. Change, not nostalgia like we were young and this was beautiful. Tupac Shakur, meet Sasha Berkman, Tupac Spar. But dream capacity and taboo crashdown. Victor Hara, meet C.A. Conrad. On blackmailed dreams and an outsourced possible. Angela Davis, meet Carlos Soto Roman. Here in our here, desires replace nightmare. Arundhati Roy, meet Ali Warren. We do not want leaders. We want love. Danger. We want blank, meet blank. This is for the Victor Martinez People's Library and the manifestations to come. Books gone. Shelter gone. I've been screaming at a key all day for you to cover the promise hole in the wall with a horizontal picture or something that looks like joy. I've been waiting. The sunrise again on a failed paradigm, the stare too far into space for too long to remember the name of the city. Here is a hammer. Here is a bulb. A number of things can happen, like killing in light, building in darkness, or touching each other during our magic hour. I trade news links through militarized play space to keep witnessing fresh, to stay out of the back catalog while trying to not be abandoned. Take a sip of war commodity from my bottle when you get here. I know you get thirsty. You might taste traces of blood, but this is what I have to offer. The sound you might hear is quiet running counter to anticipations of conservation, as if shorter showers mattered. Pardon my reach to be respirited, filching a cup of memory as memory. Are you there? This company's the worst. The trapdoor spiders prey line up in the web in perfect single file. I hate them, and I'm not talking about the spiders. Feed on a symbol if it's helpful. The phone has hit the wall. It still works as a transmitter. Call me. Where does the exile end and the life begin? Your now is 3 hours before my now, and your now is 6 hours after my now, and where in this hell is our future but so far ahead it'll be unrecognizable upon arrival? Not to get all necrocentric, but there's no contradiction between the love of flowers and hatred of floral wallpaper. This was real. This is real, since nothing can be destroyed even when pushed into fire. I take the cremains to the Risk and Disaster Studies section, to poetry, of course, to the bridge between the smart side of the river and mine, to the cafe for conversation. Part funeral, part miracle. The miracle can no longer be buried. There is a difference between death by despot and natural death, but neither's truly painless. Pretending there is no loss foretells more loss than I could ever shoulder. I've waited so long. Living through catastrophe due to no fault of our own, we feel around in this blackout for everything unseen. Yes, we're engaged. No, we never dated. I swear it's really not that weird. Before I woke, I banged piano out in the field, the flood-rotten shed in the distance. I composed for you with ham and wire. It sounded good at the time. So what if it came out sloppy? It was peace be with you, so far away from church. That was nice, but we are awake now, captured while viewers haven't discovered that craters seen from a distance render these wounds less than their actual size. I despise missionaries in their boring positions. I'm tired of lying on my back just so I can be taken. This interest rate, this jobless stat, this market demographic has gotten up to stay human. I have almost died again to prove I am a person. You are what I've waited for, and finally, we're here. So this is a feel-good event to return to the Bay, so I'm going to try to give it back at you with a little bit of feel-goodness. You can feel good about I-95 when you take a walk underneath. Feel good about rocking black lip liner. Your shirtless muscle pose is something you can flex and feel good about. You can feel good about life in this ditch because you know that your future starts here. You can. You know you can feel. You can feel good about the love of your life and a snapshot left in a box spring. A gun and a bun in the oven is something you can feel good about. You can feel good about beating the Giants. New York, not San Francisco. Yes. You can feel good about the skin you're in, even if it's been broken. You can feel good about the firefighter and the wonder of fireworks at once. Show off your titty tattoos and feel good. I feel it. Feel good about falling in love without government sanction. Put the bird to the law and feel good. You can feel good about your wave cap when it's tied just right. Can you feel how good this feels, this blinking sign of redemption? You can feel good about smoking in bed and not waking up in a fire. You can feel good about dollar magic. Feel good about letting your wang hang out. Silly string from an overhead wire is something. You can feel good about Froggy Car. Feel good about making love in Centralia. Rome can make you. The Shrimp and Petra Fest makes you feel good and hungry. You can feel good about gangster ink on your face. Feel that smooth bicentennial round ball. Go ahead and say it. It's so, so good. Julius Irving. I told you now, didn't I? You can feel good about yours. It's the first one of its kind in the world. Feel good about being young, crazy, rich, flashy. Feel good about the fleur-de-lis. You can feel good about dollar. Just don't be a dick about it. Couples touching tongues will make you feel ooh la la. He wrote dirty jokes in the store of the stars just so you could feel good. Feel him. You can feel good about dignity under the L. You can feel good about half of everything and the half that seems to be missing. Just feel for it. You can feel good about the most that we feared has turned out to be empty and barren. Drinking a Bud can with one pinky up will make you feel pretty classy. You can feel good about feeling like any day you might be a star. Feel good about making out with a stranger on a day that you come out and drag. Some days you feel for the dead, R.I.P. You can feel good about your exit wounds because of what you've held on to. Let's feel good and meet me under the overpass because now is the time to be close. And I'm going to finish with a piece I'm working on, written through Jeremy Deller's Joy in People installations that interrogate and celebrate the many reasons that people come together, whether it be historical reenactments or wrestling matches or East Bay poetry summits. And it's called Life is to Blame for Everything. Are you as stupid? Of course you are, hearting melancholy in ways I wish I had the nerve to. The kids are going crazy on the industrialized bandstand. It's got a good beat to pop and lock to from the soundtrack of The Former Worker. The controller drowns out sound system unrest, miners' strikes, and back to jobs, just to do it all over again. Caught in the follow spot of LEDs, the fury depletes to its own exhaust. My name is blank, and I'll be your server. Welcome to Le Club de... Doing time in a tool shed on the Hamhead side of town, the security organ is tickled and has become aroused. Marching band, dope music. The drug of choice is shame. The counter highs of dissidence are speakered through subliminally in sexy translator voice. These are people contemporaneously alive within us. They are card-carrying members of People for the Ethical Treatment of Criminals, conceived during a democratic convention. Read these as party record liner notes from 1989. Not to be out or in, just off. The DJ architects threshold trance on an ice drift twice the size of Manhattan. Little digs are beaming dangerous holes. The falling light comes up from the surface. Pants on the verge of collapse will just have to fall if they suspend support for this old world enabler. Fashion's not about shows, but logistics. The public toilets are rank with territorial piss. Thank God for unrepentant smokers and the perfume of carnival queens. Where is your hard hat? The party has started. Collateral damage of hardcore grinding is absorbed into the tissue. Give me a hand. Mine is right here, treating this body like an hourly motel room and laughing with the importance of tears. Now that the drawers are down, I want to redress as an undergod. All I need is a promise. Cross your heart and hope to die. No pressure. I know that you will. The light show began at dusk with a hope for a banger to set the tone of the night. Oh no, it's gone like this. That's something uncivilized about culture work and gratification deferred. So repetitive and all played out. Austerity fever. Catch it. Like meningitis that cripples the best of my moves. I have these constant heart attacks, sometimes referred to as feelings. Jumpsuit from this prescribed and privatized lifestyle. No matter where I stand, the arrow on your t-shirt still points to me, made dumb about the wealth of having. Too much and so little, please take me out for air. Here is my wristband. I confess with regret that memento can also mean warning. Climb inside this scaffolding. It will collapse, but not before the abstract penetrations of mutual daydreaming that blink together as night. It's time to request a Trimba number from the crusty Viking horn busker brailing on the corner of genius. Negotiate a gift, each according to whatever means. A mood that captures Karl Marx at Christmas. A ghosted composer with sunglasses on is framed by fog on the corner. The blinds stare out windows around the clock because things are mostly dark. Everyone born on this date will not be a savior. Some will never get to be born. The miscarriage survivor is doomed to attempt what's left of life without guilt. All that can be heard is a distant flute and hopes for the fade-out not to end this in tedious 4/4 time. Come upon a tailgate in a parking lot with a party and no need of planners. Hide and seek and hide and seek and hide and cutout faces are glued onto sticks to celebrate without particular reason. Everyone beautiful or no one beautiful. Cans and bottles raised to form an archway. Torches burn dragon-related nightmares into barely detectable snores. A little ecstasy between us is everything, despite the dramatic come down. So I'm a serial flame licker that must be stopped before I consume myself, but stars fleck in a night that is golden, maybe twice or once in a life. This comes to us as lightning, and here is a sugar snack.